Thank you.
You mentioned in your comments the northern border, and I would like to speak to the northern border. In your FY19 budget request, you state, our great nation has always been shielded by from threats by distance and by 2 oceans, and we can no longer have confidence in that protection. I need you to amend that statement because we have 3 oceans that we need to be aware of. It's the Atlantic, it's the Pacific, and it is the Arctic. And I would argue that as an Arctic nation, in the past, that sea ice up north has really acted as that shield to provide protection for our northernmost border. But as we're seeing the rapid diminishment of the Arctic sea ice that once protected us, and then the heightened international interest that is certainly focused in the region, coming from Russia, coming from China, and other nations, we are more and more vulnerable to not only domestic but international threat. The importance of protecting our political, our economic, our energy, environmental, other interests in the region, I think need to be a priority, and yet the department's budget, in my view, doesn't reflect the Arctic as a priority. Now, having said that, thank you. Thank you for the recognition that as an Arctic nation, we do need a polar icebreaker, and the resources that are in this budget are significant and important and absolutely welcomed. But we also recognize that what the Coast Guard needs to achieve its statutory mission in the Arctic is a fleet of icebreakers, and it's been recommended that there be 3 heavy and 3 medium icebreakers. So we're making momentum. I'm not complaining about that, but I am worried that we're not setting ourselves up to do more than to address the needs for 1 icebreaker, something that we recognize is going to take many years to construct. So how do we expedite the construction of the remaining 2 heavies and then the subsequent 3 medium icebreakers that we need? Do we need to look to block buying? How can we be smart about this? Because I think we need to be smart.
We are looking at block buying. The good news is, as you very well know, the Coast Guard is now positioned to accept money through the DHS budget or through the Navy. That makes a very big difference. The 300 and 750 together there will get us the next icebreaker. But I share your concerns. China is much more strategic than we are in this area. Russia, much more strategic than we are in this area. This is the way to defend our sovereignty, and we need to take it seriously. So I very much look forward to working with you on other creative ways that we can get the money faster into the private sector and encourage the industry to build faster.
Well, we will work with you on that because I am fearful that we're taking this one at a time, and one at a time means that we're not going to be prepared, and it will be just extra costly.